Hello and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. This is number 051. My name is Geoff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton, Gavin Free, Nick Schwartz, and Eric Badur.
I did notice that you named the last one Regulation 050. Does that mean you're just guaranteeing we've got the space to go over into 3 digits?
Yeah, at this point, I'd like to. Yeah, I assume we're going to get there.
I think it's a good commitment.
One of the first episodes, Geoff made the regulation thumbnail of the Panopticon, and it's like episode 000000002.
Yeah, it's
Great.
wishful thinking.
I have something to bring up
space.
just real quick. I have a question, kind of a query. Gavin, you were on TV in Australia?
What? Gavin was in TV in Australia?
Yeah, I did, did a little bit of breakfast telly.
What?
Breakfast telly?
What does that mean?
Just Australia wanted to talk to me, so I said, yeah, all right, do it.
Here's an Instagram reel about it from Morning
country?
Show on 7. Yeah.
Wow.
One half of the slow-mo guys details why they began their channel.
Wow, 126 likes.
That's right.
Sick.
Well, I imagine more people are watching it on TV. So that leads me, like, very cool. Hey, very happy for you. That's
Congrats,
great.
dude.
Slow-mo guys, that's really awesome. Did a regulation come up? You ever say, check out my podcast?
Oh, he never
You get to-
promotes
No,
us.
I did strategically place 3 Gurplers in my background.
Oh, that's good. You're like Phil Spencer.
I'll take that.
It was a
Okay.
lot. I was on Australian breakfast TV once in the past, but I lived in England at the time, so I went straight from the pub to a TV station at 1 a.m. to do it. But thankfully, this time I did it at
Now-
6.
I don't know. You're saying, Geoff,
That's me.
can you see those Gurplers?
What do
Can
you want
you
from
tell
me? What do you want them?
No. Oh, yeah, I see one. I see one.
I mean,
I
they're
mean,
back-
he
Yeah.
definitely is showcasing his Dyson fan. He wants everybody to see that.
Yeah, that's to keep the door closed so Smee doesn't piss in there.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Maybe take a drink from it every once in a
That's
while.
what I'm thinking.
That,
Nick,
yeah.
I take it back.
Nick's got it, man. Hell yeah.
I like they're just back in the shadows. They're not lit or anything. It's just
You know,
fucking.
this would be a great opportunity to use the new button I put on my stream deck.
And what's that?
Yeah, what's your button? Turn Eric down.
Nick, I think Nick has that too, for sure.
Made a custom knob for just Eric on Discord.
So they reached out and they said, "Hey, we want to talk." The Australian news channel was like, "Well, let's discuss you
Yeah, a
and I."
little lighthearted segment.
Oh, great!
Every so often I get wheeled out.
When did you start Slow-mo guys? What year was it?
2010.
I'm glad that it took them 15 years to finally care enough to ask, "Why did you start this?"
Well, they
Very timely question. This new channel that's been
Okay.
around for 15
Almost
years.
2 decades ago. Why
so
did you start?
Are you saying they should have asked a different question, or they shouldn't have bothered talking to me at all?
I don't think they should have bothered talking to you at all, if that's the only question.
I need to make
I mean, this is well covered ground.
sorry, I need to make a new stream deck button here.
I would be annoyed if the Australian news reached out to me and was like, "Hey, why did you start this thing you started 15 years ago that you've talked about countless times in multiple places?" I don't think we need the deep dive Australian news. I think you can Google that.
You know how in Dead Space, Isaac had his health meter on the back and he could watch it go up
Yeah.
and down. Hanging out with you guys is just raising my health meter. I'm
Your
at like,
blue bar
I'm at
is
like
going up.
80% right now. My blue bar is almost to the top.
Is that all they
You guys are
ask you, Gavin?
physically
Is how did you
making me feel
start?
better.
Is there more to this?
I talked to them for like 4 or 5 minutes.
They asked you how they started, and then they made Dan be a corn cat on TV, and then they
Wait, this was the whole segment? This Instagram thing?
What? Okay,
They reached out to do that?
let me ask you something. Let's just sit down. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question.
Boy, nothing's happened in Australia, apparently.
I'm just gonna ask you a simple question here, Andrew.
Yeah.
You ready?
Go ahead.
What do you want?
I don't, it's not what I want.
What do you
it's
want
me
from me?
questioning, what do they want? Why do they want this now? Now, I think I love you, Gavin. More Gavin is always good, but it's just a weird ask now to be, hey, can you come on our news station? We got to figure out how
It's
this
just
all
breakfast
happened.
TV. It's not the news.
Especially when you
Yeah,
have
but
like
you've
new
been
stuff
there
to
before.
promote.
You said you've been there before.
Yeah, you could have been promoting like new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are you
Are you
promoting?
just promoting the slow-mo guys exists?
Yeah.
So they reached out to ask you to promote that the slow-mo guys exists.
Look.
Can you reach back out to them and see if you can be on it again to talk about this podcast?
Or
Okay.
I want to get Andrew on an interview.
Wow.
I want to get Andrew this gig. I want him to promote Regulation Podcast on a morning show. How do we make
No, you
that
don't,
happen?
because Australia would email and say, "Hey, Andrew, can you come and talk about regulation on our thing?" And he would go on there and be like, "What are you asking this for? What are you doing?
That's
Why
why
are you
I
asking
want
me these questions? We've been doing this for 5 years."
It's a more relevant question than why didn't you make this channel 15 years ago? It's just a weird ask because you're not promoting anything. Like, it's not like you're like, whoa, I got this big video coming out. Let's talk about this. Or I did
season
this
3
thing.
of Slow-Mo World or whatever.
do you have to promote something all the time?
I just feel like typically when you're brought on to do something, it's because you're doing a thing of current relevance. And as great as Slow-Mo Guys is, it starting is not relevant.
Sometimes they like to wheel out some little has-been people. I think it's fine. Just see what
I
they're
don't
up
think
to.
you're a has-been at all. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that. Slow-Mo Guys, fantastic, still incredible. But it's just a weird time to roll you out to be like, hey, so you made this thing, huh?
Andrew, why did you
Wild.
decide to start the Regulation Podcast? Hey, why don't you mind your goddamn business, Australia?
No, it's, you know what, that, I bet you if you Google why was Slow-Mo Guys started, there's a variety of answers.
I don't think they
that's the same.
actually were wondering. I think they were trying to make a little bit of light entertainment piece.
I just think it's a dumb question, and I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming them.
He's got
Like-
a point.
I found here's one from 2020 that's just, why did you create Slow-Mo Guys? And it's from, it's on Facebook, I guess, but it's Gavin on the
another
Slow-Mo-
morning show.
No, on the Slow-Mo Guys channel, explaining why he created it. So you've put out your own video about this.
You should have
Yeah.
teased that video in your interview.
They should have just asked permission to play the video. It would have been the same thing.
All right, in this next segment, we're just going to watch this video this guy posted on Facebook.
I mean, they're decorating a thing that's just exists. I just feel like if I were you, you're someone who really cares about your time. I feel like they wasted your time.
Did they waste my time?
I think
it was
they wasted
5
your
minutes.
Yeah, Mr. Fucking, I don't want to take 5 seconds to tail sync suddenly has 5 minutes to answer a question that has been fucking rode into the
That's
ground
not-
across 15 years.
The tail sync isn't really about the time. It's about, I don't want to do this every morning for the next month.
It's 5 seconds.
It's not.
Think about all the tail sync. The length of that interview could have been so many tail syncs.
People are comparing the tail sync conversation to why don't you back up your files thing. It's not the same. One of
It
them,
is the same.
One of them is like, oh, I've got a fire extinguisher here in case of a fire. Your thing is, I've got a pineapple here in case of a fire. Does not apply. Doesn't come in handy.
They should have just pulled up a video and said, "What was that about?" That would have been a better interview than. How'd you start this thing?
Just watching YouTube videos with Gavin. What do you think about this one? Oh, this is a Charlie bit my finger.
I can't listen to this interview. Did you say you started it to join a company that is defunct and I guess now back, but
No,
died?
no, I just kept it light. Kept it quick.
Kept it light. Well, just like slow-mo in it. Moving pictures.
Man,
I don't think I like this Australian news.
this is fucking delightful.
Hey, I didn't expect any of you to notice I was on Australian TV, and I did not expect.
I'm so glad. I'm
I did
so
not expect
happy
this
that Eric brought
negativity
this
about
up.
it.
Yeah, dude, wow.
I thought I could just sneak onto telly and no one would notice.
It'd be like if someone reached out to Geoff and asked, why did red versus blue start? It's like, well, we passed that point. We're good.
People don't know who I am, though. Why they might be seeing it for the first time. I don't know what you. People weren't born when I started it.
Do you think the value of the Slow-Mo Guys is learning why you started it? Do you think that's the exciting aspect of the channel? Man, these things moving at an insanely slow speed. Wow, is this cool? You know what would make this better? If I knew why it started. Oh, man. Would I give this video a thumbs up if only I knew why this whole process began?
Well, why do movie people keep making origin stories?
I mean, they have to...
Superheroes?
People don't like that either.
That's true. I don't like that.
People are sick of it. I feel like there was a whole thing with Spider-Man where everyone was like, we get it. We know. We all know. We all know.
Oh, Uncle Ben, he's dead.
He gets killed. We don't need it. I just think next time you get asked to do a morning news show and were you prepped ahead of time of what the question was going to be, what the context?
No, but they said they would ask like 5 questions over 5 minutes or something.
What other questions did they ask?
Yeah, I wish I could actually listen to this. I'm just going based off the text.
While Andrew's listening, what was your favorite question?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the questions.
There were only 5.
They just played some clips and asked me about them. They talked about like working with Will Smith and stuff.
Oh, that's a good question.
Did they ask about his Oscar slap?
No.
Why not?
I feel like that's the most interesting thing about Will Smith.
This has been the best use of Nick, by the way, just in the background. Just going, why not? They're only 5. Come on.
A plus Nick episode.
Well, I bet you after your Australian news appearance, your fucking numbers must be off the charts. I'm glad you could find time to hang out with us here.
Lord.
Here's what we do.
Must be on fire because of that morning news thing.
Here's what,
Shit.
Whoa. Here's what we do. Andrew, we're gonna get you a little like executive desk. We're gonna get you a green screen. We're gonna roll the cameras. We're gonna do a live interview, and you're gonna interview me. And I want to hear how good your questions could be.
But the problem with the scenario that you're pitching is that I would need to be the one that wants to do that. I'm not the Australian news. I'm not asking to do that. I'm not saying I have better questions. I'm not trying to initiate the interview.
I don't think the actual hosts either. I think they were just doing their job. I think they were reading auto cue and they were being friendly. I don't know what you want from either me or Australia.
So you don't think the hosts were excited to talk to you? I would like to think the hosts have some level of deciding that approval.
Yeah.
I bet you they could thumbs down if they wanted. And I don't know why you're getting hot at me. I feel like I'm advocating for you. I think I'm on your side in this whole thing.
Is that how it sounds? I'm trying to think if that's how
I'm not against Gavin in any way of this process. I think it's all the Australian news is where they drop the ball.
I've definitely gotten that impression from this.
I think I've been pretty clear. I think it's the Australian news' fault. I don't think Gavin did anything wrong. He answered the call. I just think it was a ridiculous call to answer.
Didn't you start off by saying the Gurplers are way too small?
I was the pro Gurpler. I was the only one that was like.
I criticized your Gurpler placement.
Oh,
I
sorry.
did too.
I think it would be good if you took a sip of it. Maybe took a bite out of a Cosmic Crisp while the interview was happening. I think there's a lot you could have done.
Okay.
Little
I
wink
think you could have said regulation podcast one time. That's really to me like the crux of the whole thing.
I think you could have said my slow-mo brother Dan, aka Ian, and then slowly winked at the camera. I think there's things you could have done.
Yeah. And looked directly up, making sure my ears were visible. Look, I'll take on board all of these notes because chances are 7 to 8 years from now, I might get wheeled out again on telly. So
Why did you start something in like 2017 that we're not aware of?
Oh, fuck. Rough episode to be you, Gavin. Jesus Christ.
Once again, not Gavin's fault. Australian news.
this is all free promotion. I don't know what you're talking about.
For us? Oh, wait.
The slow-mo guys on YouTube.
We gain nothing from this. Outside of joy.
This has been so good. I saw a clip of it the other day of you on Australian TV, and I had my note of it. And then at the same time, a a regulation listener or comment leaver now, actually posted the video on the subreddit, and it's good because now people are leaving comments. And classic image 9008. To think this is the same guy that didn't know that Worms was 6 players. and then Legend of Lelda just said, but he did.
Now, that would be some hard-hitting journalism. They ask you why you didn't articulate that.
Yeah, why didn't they ask about Worms?
I love that our lore is so deep at this point that people are getting like the truth twisted up and ending up in arguments amongst themselves about what I may or may not have known. It's brilliant.
Oh, man.
Oh man, I need to see your other Australian news appearance to see how
I
bet you they're the
comment
same.
on this. Why didn't you talk about regulation podcast?
Is it only the Australian news that really is reaching out? I feel like you should do more news.
Yeah, nothing more domestic.
It's not the news. It's not the news.
It's a news
This
program.
is the morning news.
It's not. It was just do you have like Canadian morning TV where people are just shooting the shit, talking about different stuff?
Talk about the
Yeah,
news,
but they
the
have
morning
light
show.
news.
Yeah, well, the morning show news, whatever. It's all the
Still
same.
have like the weather report and stuff.
We'll
Yeah.
talk about like entertainment gossip. It's technically news.
Okay.
It's not like
Yeah, I
60
mean-
minutes, but it is a light news.
Why don't you, because you clearly have a problem with Australia, why don't you try and advocate for me to appear on your favorite Canadian morning show,
Okay.
and we'll see what they do with it.
I'll have to find one first. I'll I'll do some research.
Can we move those Gurplers a little closer in frame?
Yeah. They'll get a lot closer.
Number one morning show in Canada is I don't know what their fucking name is. The Breakfast Television Team.
Oh,
Coulda-
breakfast
Dude,
TV.
you could have just made that shit up.
Oh,
You guys got a bunch. Canada AM, CBC News Morning,
you gotta be on
CP24
CBC.
Breakfast, CTV Morning
CP24?
Live. Good morning, Canada. Salute, bonjour.
you got so many.
Your
options.
morning.
I got a lot of research to do.
What was on TV? Pardon me. Before you went to school, or before
I would
school
watch
started? or
cartoons. Family, like I'd watch kid shows.
You wouldn't have like someone else in the house who just had some.
No.
Oh, okay.
Mine was the Three Stooges. It was on. I would get up an hour early for school every day because it was on.
That's some
like
good
6.
morning TV.
How come you weren't on the Three Stooges promoting slow-mo guys, Gavin?
Gavin Free public figure.
I want to shout out. I screenshot it and put it in the chat. But chasing the improbable, Gavin can be so eloquent and professional when he isn't being choked out by his cat's breathing. How's that going, by the way? Cat more cat piss in the room? Or are you doing all right?
No, there's some vomit though.
Oh, for God's sake.
Is that from Geoff?
Yeah, I've not been there.
No, just it's like a hairball, some hairball residue that I still need to.
Oh, hairball.
Ew.
It's
Classic
currently
cat
soaking,
vomit.
and then I'm gonna give it a second pass.
You know what's really nice about like you and Geoff, Gavin?
Oh, I
And
mean,
it's truly it's one of the I'm gonna say it's a top 3 thing of being friends with you, with both of you. It's
Okay.
it's incredibly convenient. I can just Google when is your birthday. It's so nice.
That's pretty.
I don't have to remember that. I just can put it in and search it, and then it pops up, and I'm like, okay, that's what it is. Good to know. Because it's such a headache for almost every other person in my life to be like, oh, I think it's coming up.
is yours not Googleable?
What? No, not at all. Why would
Oh.
mine be Google?
Well, thankfully, I remember yours.
Wow.
Wow, that's sweet. I don't remember yours. I Google it.
Well, I care about you, so I remember your birthday.
Aw.
Oh, I care about you too. I just don't. That information doesn't stick. I'm like, yeah, let's. I gotta make space for your Australian news interviews. I gotta. Those are what really matter.
It's not the news.
Man, did you see that going that way when you brought it up, Eric?
No, I was gonna be like, why didn't you say the name of this podcast? But then Andrew got fired up. Got fired up defending and being on Gavin's
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one
Really
advocate.
advocating for Gavin.
What an advocate.
I'm like your manager. This is bullshit questions.
He's in the back. Andrew's on the back in a big 1980s cell phone going, these are bullshit questions.
I feel like if Andrew was my actual agent and we went there together and I was on the news and then I'd come back to the green room and I'd be like, oh, that was really nice. And he would just be livid. He'd be just fuming about the questions.
I think I would probably be, if I was your manager, I'd be team slow-mo guy. And I think I'd be less critical of it. I'd be in your boat. I'd be like, I get the show out there. It's a pleasant conversation. It was all sweet. As somebody who is not affiliated in any with slow-mo guys, I can just snipe this thing.
That's fair. We actually had a slight collaboration with a bit of slow-mo and a bit of regulation that came out with the GTA replays.
That's incredible. Such a good video.
Awesome. God, that video was so good.
We actually made that quite a long time ago. I made it right after we finished the first set of heists.
Yeah.
A few months ago, but yeah, that was really fun to do. I'm going to do that for every round of heists, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it was really awesome. The audience loved it. Like, dude, it just did so well. And then right before that, we put out GTA the movie Heist Part 12, which is a 3-hour and 13-minute video of us being so bad at the video game. I think it would make me not be a fan anymore. But
there was one attempt where I was probably 16 or 17 frames away from finishing the mission, but it timed out and it added another 45 minutes to the video.
It's so funny that you bring that up because I just replayed that exact finale last night. I've been going through those heists with some friends that have never gone through it before. And we did the final heist of the first run. And there was a Nick situation. We've been doing it on normal, so you get 1 life, but somebody died. And the very first time we hit the ramp, I was like, okay, we're going to hit off this cliff. And once that happens, you're going to need to deploy your parachute. So hit A. And they were in their snack menu. And so we went off the cliff. And then I heard a bunch of distress noises. And then it's saying they died in the bottom right corner of the screen. And they had to go, I was in the snack menu. It wouldn't let me.
I realized why I didn't have the best memory of that heist. And I think it's because I've only done it on the Criminal Masterminds run. The original run through the heists that Achievement Hunter did, Geoff was in that heist.
wow.
Really? Man,
Geoff
I have
was
no
in a
memory of
heist?
I have no memory of doing any of those heists. But
So the whole jump off the cliff on the bikes thing was completely new to me because when you're doing Criminal Masterminds, you don't need to go up there. You can just drive to the boat.
Interesting. It was a rough evening where the group I was with, we failed maybe 7 or 8 times in a row. And I just muted my mic and went, I can't do this again. We can't. This can't keep happening. I'm never doing this again.
I mean, I feel like
We
the
got
move
through
is
it.
still ditch the bikes. Just go in a car.
The bikes were fine. The bikes are no problem.
The bikes
we
are
did pretty
no
well on the bike.
problem. Did you see the deaths? People tallied up the deaths.
Not mine.
I mean, yeah.
I was fine on the bikes, is all I'm saying. I like the bikes.
Let me get that thing. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, somebody did a heat map of all where we died. It was great. It was really cool.
why were you dying on the bikes? Are you just exposed to gunshots?
Yeah, you just get shot.
Yeah, it's just so many cops are coming at you. It's a lot, but
Why wouldn't you get in a car or van or something?
because you steal bikes to
Yeah,
escape.
the bikes are bulletproof tires, which is the main reason to use them. The cars, you get a pop tire and then it takes forever to get to the end. And it's dangerous switching.
It's we all essentially died on one stretch of road, if I remember correctly, the heat map. It was he called it the death zone. And it's 90% of our dying is on one street.
It's such a brutal video, Geoff. It's almost 3.5 hours of us just being so bad. There are times where I just mute and deafen and just had to stand quietly. I just had to be not playing the game or hearing any noises. I couldn't do it. It was it absolutely broke me, which is crazy because we played so many more heists from there and I've just totally compartmentalized and blocked all of that out. I don't even think about it when we play regular heists now.
It was at around the same time we were playing through Gears of War on the hardest difficulty, and so my tolerance was so high. Otherwise, I think it would have impacted more. But it was oh no, this is just what life is. It's just looping
this
death.
is all I know. You were
Yeah.
you were born in the darkness.
I was. Yeah.
What was harder, Gears of War on hardest difficulty or that heist?
Oh, that's tough to measure.
I'd say Gears.
Yeah, I would say that Gears. I think there's a certain area of Gears that really, really broke us. And I don't think we ever got as low in GTA as that sequence.
Fair enough.
That's the only time where I felt like we might just not do this. Where Grand Theft Auto felt like, oh, this is so doable. This almost is why it's frustrating.
Are you talking
That
about
just
the
feels
the area with the wheel that spins?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Well, in about a year and a half, that'll come out and people can watch it.
Oh, we're putting them out pretty regularly now.
But we are taking a break from those because they usually go on like our Monday slot. Like we've just been kind of like throwing stuff out on like Mondays and everything. Just like, oh, here's like some blindsides, whatever. It's been fun. It's been like a cool little like extra thing. But by the time this comes out, when this is out, go to the Patreon because Face Off is coming out week to week. This is the first season of Face Off. If you've never caught it before, because it was behind the paywall, whatever. That is starting on the 28th, which was a couple days ago at this point. Face Off season 1, first episode is out now. And
That's
we'll
exciting.
have every week a new episode all the way through, I think the first week of June. So every Monday, Face Off. Go check it out.
Are those
Hell yeah.
only on Patreon or are they on Patreon and YouTube?
I believe they're just on Patreon.
Okay. And they're free on Patreon?
Sure. I have bog standard and above. Do you need to make them free on Patreon so I can make an adjustment to our calendar?
No, I'm just clarifying. I was just asking.
Oh no, I'm just asking. I need to know what we're. Oh, Nick finally found the thing. 10 minutes later, Nick found the thing he was looking for.
Play it, Nick.
Timely.
I thought the idea was to put it for free, and then the
Yeah.
new series is on Patreon.
Yeah.
So there's a new series?
There will be a season 2 that we'll talk about more in the future because I want to run by some ideas with you guys that I have for that. But yeah, why don't we make season 1 free to everyone because it's old and people
free
can catch
on
up.
free on Patreon.
Yeah,
Okay.
works for me.
Gavin, is that what you're saying also?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. This is welcome to what our Monday meetings are usually like, everyone. Thank you so much. Appreciate your patience. Thank you.
It's every Monday on our Patreon for free, starting on the day that you said, the 28th, I believe.
Yeah, two days ago at this point.
Yep, 2 days ago. You were already probably seen the first one. I think it's going to be really cool because I have no idea what percentage of the audience have seen those videos because they were behind the first paywall when they came out. So there might be a surprisingly large amount of people that have never got to watch the first season. So I'm excited to see.
And I think it's 6 episodes in total. So it'll be 6 weeks every Monday. Go check out Face Off season 1.
So then that gives us 6 weeks to figure out how to do season 2?
Season 2 is largely put together. I just need Gavin's info. And then
Oh, I'm done with mine.
everything is
I'm gonna send it to you.
okay. Well, once you send it to me, then I can start working on that. And then
I've got
I'll
it.
be
You
good.
can't have it, but I have it.
Didn't we
I
all
mean-
turn that info in like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it was probably like November.
Yeah.
Jeff did it immediately when I asked. It took some other people a bit longer, and that's okay.
Sorry.
I mean, I did a full team immediately, and then every couple of days I'd go in and take out stuff that I didn't like as much and replace it with new stuff. I've just been doing that.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was so interesting hearing your process of you made more than you need and then cut down.
Yeah.
Something like this would never operate that way. I would just reach what the number was and then
Yeah, I probably cut like 50% at this point.
Usually I get like 85% of the way there and then I have to fucking stretch that last 15.
Nick just asked, how many file requests is Gavin up to? How many strikes does Gavin
That's
have?
a great question.
A great question because we need a ruling.
You know, you're a real nosy bastard, Nick.
Well, he's nosier than you think because you're on strike 3, but that's part of a ruling potentially. We need to go over this.
Oh.
The first thing.
Here's what
and
happened.
I feel okay. Go ahead. You explain.
No,
what
no,
happened.
you-
I want to hear
you-
your perspective
okay.
on what happened.
Andrew said, need your video and audio for this video. Strike! And then he wrote strike. And then I looked at the folder and realized it was from ages ago. It was from long before the bet. So in my opinion,
He still needed it.
doesn't count.
He still needed it.
I still
needed it,
needed it,
obviously.
and I think it was from the point of, I feel like anytime I ask from the point of us making the bet, regardless of when.
But that means
the
I might
file
have
was
20
made.
strikes ready to go. I need to be. This is
but
like
you
a
have all
going
your
forward thing.
Don't you like have all your files?
You
not a
have all your
problem, right?
files.
Yeah.
Just
all the files.
check. Gavin, go through the impossible work of making sure that you uploaded what you were supposed to upload. What a dread on you. What a nightmare.
Yeah, what a dread. I could absolutely go through all the folders and make sure my stuff's in there, but I'm just saying I think the strikes should start after that.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Gavin.
I disagree because it's when the
Wow.
video is being made is when it's like,
Yeah,
that's
but-
when it comes up. You should have
can't-
uploaded it at the time.
I
You're
know,
being
but the bet came
penalized for
after
your
that.
lack of action, regardless of when it occurred.
According to the bet, I had 20 strikes going forward.
Yeah,
You can't
and that was
retro
forward
strike
because
me.
the video is
Oh,
now
strike-
being made,
strike
and
for
so
that game
the
you played
editor
3 weeks
asked,
ago.
"Could I have Gavin's stuff?" And then I went to you because you didn't upload it.
A baseball player,
I feel like it's on you.
when he
From the
walks up
point
to
the bet started, you should have double checked. I feel like you even kind of made a comment.
I mean, I want to get out of here this baseball analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
go ahead.
baseball,
Sorry.
right? You
Yeah.
you walk up to the next to the staple, right? You walk up to that, and
What?
if you
The
miss the
staple?
ball,
The
yeah,
staple.
this is a
Yeah.
staple.
Oh, okay.
Batter's box?
Mhm.
During the 10th inning, you walk up to the staple.
Yeah, you swing and a miss. That's a strike. What I don't
Uh-huh.
take into consideration is the miss you had the game before, or the miss you had 8 months ago. It's just that game.
but let me put it to you this way.
Yeah.
You and I agree we're gonna play baseball, and anytime I throw the ball, it counts as a strike. We agree. We start, and then I throw a ball and you don't hit it. Is that not a strike?
You just threw a ball.
Yeah, I just threw it out because it came into play now. The ball got created 2 months ago, but I threw the ball now. The fact that the ball is 2 months old is irrelevant to the fact that you missed the ball.
Eric?
Are you regretting using a baseball metaphor now, Gavin, or what?
I mean, I still stand by my baseball metaphor.
Great.
I don't think the argument of when the ball was made has anything to do with the game.
What?
If the ball was made 3 months ago,
No one in any game of baseball has ever cared on the manufacturing date of the ball. It's
That's
not
my
part of the
point.
game.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, is it?
The
Like,
file
go
was
on.
made in the past. It's irrelevant when the file was made. It's when the ball gets put into play that matters. And me asking for the file because the video is being made now, that is the swing. That is the pitch. You missed 2 strikes.
I missed
audio
something
and
that I
video.
actually missed 3 months ago.
I'm saying that
The
What?
swing.
the mechanism to allow you to miss was created 3 months ago. The act of you missing occurred now because it wasn't thrown into play until now.
I don't know the rules of Time Machine Baseball or whatever variant you're playing.
It's not time machine baseball. You do understand that they don't make the ball on the field. The balls get made and then they
You're
get
saying
thrown.
strike. We're not saying. What's that got to do with making the ball?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm a crazy person. The file. Okay. So a baseball needs to be created to be tossed. We get that. We're on the same page. We're
The
going
ball
step
is-
by step. Do you get
The
that?
ball is surely thrown. The pitch is made when we stop recording.
No, let's stop talking about what you're saying. Let me go through my thing and
Okay.
make sure we're on the same page. A
Go
ball needs to
ahead.
be made before it can be thrown. Correct.
Yeah, the stadium
do we
needs to
agree?
be built as well.
We agree on that.
The bat needs to be made. The players need to
All
be
of that
born.
needs to be
Yeah,
made.
Go ahead.
So everything needs to be made beforehand. The
Yeah.
file is that thing. That content and the file being made is the making of the tools required to play the game. We then agree later to play the game. The game is, if you're missing stuff, then that's a strike. The file, the ball and the bat come into play finally. It's time to play, and you miss. You swing, and you miss at both. How is that not a strike?
I missed 3 months ago. What are you talking
You
about?
didn't miss 3 months ago because there was no game 3 months ago.
The
It was just a
game-
file.
You're saying the game wasn't when we recorded it?
No,
When the players went out
game
and
started
didn't play
when we
baseball?
decided we were making a game of it.
The crowd turned up. The players turned up. They didn't play 3 months
Nobody
later.
turned up 3 months
Strike!
ago.
What do you mean? Is your freaking guy done with Survivor yet? Can we get him on this?
No, he's not done. He's doing great. First of all, he's one of the better characters.
I need him.
I'm loving watching him play. He's fantastic.
Think you can start a bet or start a game, if you will, and then say you had a strike 3 months ago.
I'm not saying you had a strike 3 months ago. I'm saying the mechanism that allowed it to happen was 3 months old.
The mechanism that allowed it to happen is 3 months old. Okay.
Yes. Right. So at the point in which you and I said, any file that I need from you is a strike, if you actually cared, you could have checked to make sure all of your stuff was uploaded, but you didn't. So then when we go to make the video and the editor says, hey, we're missing Gavin's stuff, and then I have to go to you to get your footage and your... First of all, how do you not do video or audio? What are you doing? You miss both. You just did nothing. It's like you're not even there in the video for what you presented. Second of all, how is that not... Like, you could have done it. You had time to do it. I approach you. It just feels... like against the spirit of the game, if I'm going to be constantly saying to you, I need you to upload this thing, and it doesn't count for anything.
Eat the pencil. You could have eaten the pencil.
See, now you're pivoting. You realize you're wrong in this argument. You're just yelling about pencils.
Am I wrong? You're talking about the past like I could have done anything about it.
You could have. You could have.
You could have.
You could have. You could have. You could now.
Yeah.
You could now.
I'm not disagreeing that I could look through everything. And
you just said like I could have done anything about it. You could have. That's the whole point.
Look, if you want to play Time Machine Baseball, you have to say. I just want to play baseball.
No one's playing Time Machine Baseball
because the date of manufacture is not clear on the ball. Apparently, if you want to play Time Machine Baseball, you got to say at the start of the bet, "We're playing Time Machine Baseball." I can play it. Teach me the rules. I'll play it. But I have to know that stuff I didn't do 3 months ago is in the bet or not.
Well, you know now.
I feel like it's a very simple thing of the terms of the bet where anytime I need to ask you to upload something is a strike.
Yeah.
The date in which the folder was made is irrelevant. The mechanism of the bet is anytime I have to ask you, it's a strike. I had to ask you for two things.
Yeah, but
this was not. I thought this would be an easy ruling. There's a whole other aspect of this we haven't even touched on that I thought was going to be way more of an argument than this.
What about this? What about this? If it's in the past, it's a half strike.
No, I think it should be a full strike. I don't think you and I should have an opinion on this, though. I think it has to go to Nick, Geoff, and Eric.
Okay.
I'll accept their ruling.
Okay. I'm going to side with Gavin just to kind of see what happens.
Ooh.
Based on just the very particular wording of any time he has to ask, I'm going with Andrew.
Wow, and it all comes down to
shit.
Geoff. Wow, he's in the catbird seat. This is great.
Who do
shit.
I like more?
Hey!
I'm in. Fuck. So I was on Gavin's side almost the entire way through, but Andrew did a phenomenal job of succinctly explaining the crux of the issue in the last 5% of this thing that really could have just superseded all the other nonsense. And I got to go with. There's a spirit to this.
Well, and here's the thing too: the whole point of the bet is to change my behavior for the better, right?
But it didn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You can't say it didn't change my behavior if my behavior is being measured in December. What are you talking about? I didn't.
Well, you know what? It's a great point, Nick. Gavin he's new to this whole industry. He needed time to figure out how to upload things and
he can't
be
upload. He's
decent
busy being
for
on
the
TV.
editors.
He's got all these TV appearances.
That's a great
He's just supposed
point,
to upload
Eric.
stuff.
I got off. I stopped recording, and I immediately was thinking about my Gurpler placement.
Very well.
I'm siding with Gavin.
Ooh,
All
thanks.
right, that's fair.
Very exciting.
It's like 50.1 to 49.9.
Ooh.
It's so close. It's the closest judgment I've ever given. I'm
Now, I
really
respect
conflicted about it.
The ruling.
I feel like dog shit because I really see both sides. And I think you're both just about equally right, but there's a spirit to this.
I respect the ruling. I just want it to be known how fucking aggravating it's going to be to have to ask for Gavin to submit stuff constantly that is just not going to count.
With immunity? Yeah.
With complete immunity. I'm already
you know
annoyed
what?
whenever I have to ask.
No.
Now it's a whole other level.
Maybe I'll change my mind.
No. Here's what you can do. Now that you've said it, now I know the sport is Time Machine Baseball. You can absolutely count previous picks.
I like
But
this decision. I like this.
I have to be
I
given
get behind
time
this.
to go in the time machine and make sure that past me knows he's playing Time Machine Baseball. And I'm going to look through all the folders, get all my stuff uploaded. You won't have to ask about the past anymore.
This is fair.
That's, you know what? If you want to operate, I'll give you those 2 strikes back.
Hell of a
Thanks.
compliment.
Now we need to go to the what I felt was actually going to be.
Well, I really need the strikes because Nick's already asked me for files.
That's I was told by Nick. Nick messaged me and said, "Hey, Gavin has a strike. I'm about to ask him for audio." Does that count? I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if that counted.
Yeah. What do you mean? That's the bet.
Okay. Oh, I just didn't know if I was the one that had to ask for it.
No, I know.
So that's a definite strike. Because theoretically, Nick could just not tell me that he had to ask you for something. So we're at strike 1 then.
All right.
Yeah, that one's absolutely fine because it occurred after the game had started.
I would argue the game whatever. It's fine. It was ruled against me. I don't need to say I would argue. We've already seen it. The argument was articulated. That's fine. 1 strike for a hot dog that doesn't even exist. That was all a lie. A bullshit fake hot dog that we'll have to make. Assuming that Gavin gets 19 more strikes. Between now and when was it? Was it August? When was
end of August?
End of August, yeah.
Otherwise, I have to eat a frickin'
We based it on the schedule of a team that lied about a product. Great.
How you feeling about your chances, Gav?
Not great.
I'm not gonna lie. We recorded 2 episodes today, and Nick always drops the upload folder as soon as we finish one. And I was unhappy. I was sad to see Gavin had already uploaded his podcast audio. I was
See,
like, fuck.
you're too into the game. You don't want the actual results. You just want me to lose. I get it.
I want you to lose because I want you to suffer a consequence for never uploading. That's what I'm cheering for.
But in fairness, if I do get asked, it's usually in the folder within that minute.
That is true, but it would just be nice if you instead took that minute.
I know. I agree. I agree. And obviously, I can make pretty easy changes to the future. Pretty difficult in the past. Pretty damn hard to upload something in December 2024 at this moment.
I mean, you got all your folders, you got all your files.
It's true. You do
Everything's
have it all
organized.
saved and organized.
It's all good. You're great at finding them when they're asked for.
Yeah.
You're really good at storing them. I think that's the thing. You're too excited about storing your stuff
Why am I excited about?
because it proves your
Doing a-
point. If you're obsessed about storing things in case they're needed and then making sure that you don't do the thing which requires them to be needed later, you're constantly reapproving or reaffirming that like it's good to have this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not. It's not. An
I just
insane
want to make
thing
sure we're not talking about time travel files or whatever. We're on the same page, which is nice. I like this.
This has been an all-time Gavin and Andrew episode.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Do I have any other Gavin notes? I don't think so.
I've been really enjoying how some stuff, like work stuff, is often talked about in Slack, and personal stuff will be talked about on text. And sometimes I'm arguing with Andrew on Slack about work and having the most wholesome personal conversation on text at the exact same time.
I did an exercise once on Slack and I typed sorry into Gavin's Slack conversation history with me. 0 results.
that true? We've never said sorry to each other.
You will. You don't apologize.
Oh my
What
God.
you do is you say, "I'm an idiot," but you never just go, "Oh, I'm sorry."
I'll say like my bad. I'm a moron.
You're self-deprecating in the mistake, but you do not articulate sorry.
I just feel like calling myself like a piece of shit is harder hitting than sorry. Sorry is kind of generic.
But
Like I suck. I don't know what's wrong with me lately. I suck. It's better than a sorry.
I feel like that just makes us both end up feeling bad. Whereas sorry is just like, hey, I fucked up. My mistake. I realized that was an annoyance. Oh, I got saved by the tariffs. That was fun.
What?
Congratulations.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Now this is a podcast, baby.
It's the only positive that has come from tariffs. Nintendo Switch 2 is a thing that exists. And I don't know what's wrong with my brain or doing a Gavin. I'm a real piece of shit. Can't seem to keep track of that schedule for it. I was so excited for the Switch 2. I think the new Donkey Kong game looks like so much fun. I want one so badly. I'm not even that big of a Mario Kart guy, but I think the new Mario Kart looks cool. It looks like so much fun. And so I was going to try to get one. And it was like I was making a big deal about it. And then they announced post tariffs because it came out. The reveal of the Switch 2 is the same day in which Trump implemented all these like global tariffs. So Nintendo was not expecting that, I guess, or prepared for it because like the next day they said that we're changing the pre-order date in the US. We'll come back with a later date. It'll release fully at the announced time before, but the pre-order date is changed. But in Canada, zero impact. So I was all excited and I'm getting ready. And I even like said to my partner, like, oh, we should try to get a Switch 9 p.m. tonight. First one, Walmart drop 9 p.m. Oh, here we go. And so it hits 9 p.m. We're refreshing. We're looking at things and it's not showing up. And then I check maybe 3 or 4 minutes after 9. I'm a whole day early, way early, wrong day.
What?
It was the next, I got the dates mixed up. It was 24 hours later. We were 24 hours early. It was 9 p.m. the following day. And I felt real bad. I was like, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I guess I was too excited. I got the dates wrong. We're going to have to do this tomorrow night. But
Wait,
that's
hang on.
fine.
Wait. So you said I'm an idiot and then you said sorry?
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Wow,
I covered all the bases.
That's 2 things? Well, that's nuts.
We're continuing the baseball metaphor. I walked all the bases of apology. But I said, don't, it's fine. Because I guess I thought Walmart was first. I guess it'll be last. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., all the other pre-orders go live for like Best Buy and GameStop and the other things. And so I'm all excited for that. I'm up for it. My partner likes to typically sleep in. And so I'm up and I'm waiting for it. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Only like 30 minutes away from this going live. This is great. And then Nintendo announces that they're also delaying the pre-orders in Canada because they're doing it in America and they just want it all to be the same. And I'm so annoyed. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I just want to pre-order this thing. I'm getting delayed because of a different country's decision. This is bullshit. This just is so annoying. But at least my partner's still sleeping. They're fine. And then their alarm goes off. And I just feel bad for them of like, oh, they set an alarm to contribute to this thing. And it got rescheduled 5 minutes past like it was like 8:35. It was like 30 minutes. I was like, what a jerk move for Nintendo to do this like 30 minutes before the pre-orders were supposed to go live. And I'm upset about it. And then I do more reading about it. And I realized once again, I'm 24 hours early. It was the next day when the pre-orders were supposed to go live.
Fuck?
I just have all these dates wrong. So then I had to turn, and I said it when I told them at the time. I was like, Nintendo just canceled all the Canadian pre-orders. They're doing the same thing that they did with the US. Isn't that annoying? And they're like, yeah, that sucks. And then we continue with our day. And then like 10 minutes later, I realized, oh no. Oh, it's not. It wasn't supposed to go live in 30 minutes. It was supposed to go live the next day. But they don't know this because Nintendo swooped in before the time that it was supposed to go live and they canceled them all. So I didn't have to reveal that I once again screwed up. It was a whole day early because Nintendo just canceled them all. So I got saved by it.
How are you 2 days off?
I was just really excited about Donkey Kong. You can shake the controller and he beats his chest in the direction you shake the controller. I'm really excited about this game. But it's the only positive that's come of it, where like I would have gotten in shit for screwing up back to back in a row. One where they set an alarm to specifically help me with the thing that I was a day early for, twice in advance.
How do you know what day it is usually?
That's actually a good question. How do I know? I guess.
You guess?
Well, no, I'm trying to think. I'm guessing. I think if I slept for like 3 days and I just woke up, I wouldn't know what day it was. I guess I'd have to actively search. Well, I look at our calendar all the time.
What is happening right now? What? Jeff, help.
It sounds like you wake up, you ignore your phone, and you go, what day does it feel like?
No, I know what yesterday
about
was.
right.
Yesterday was Sunday, so today has to be Monday. But I'm thinking if there was a gap. No, I would just check my phone. I would look because I'm constantly
There
looking at our
you
schedule.
go. Check your phone. Jesus. It took a long time to get to check your
What?
phone.
What
Well,
the
it's just-
hell?
I never check it specifically for the date, but I would see.
It's just on the
via
front
the
of the
schedule.
fucking phone.
I don't know if it
Put
is for
on.
mine. Is it?
The day, the date, and the time.
Oh, April 17th. But I wouldn't know that that's a Tuesday or whatever.
Do you not
Or
have a
Wednesday.
Mac, though? Use a Mac. It says right on the top of the screen
Oh, yeah,
what
top
day.
right, Thursday. I guess I would collaborate my Android
Collaborate.
phone and my
Wow,
Mac
let's
would
we don't have
collab.
to throw those words around.
Corroborate, yeah?
There you go.
You and your phone can do a corrob?
Yeah, Rob.
Oh, Christ. Hey, I before we run out of time, I wanted to pitch you guys on something that
Ooh.
I think you're gonna hate, but I hope you hate it in the way that makes you want to do it. So I'm officially a cruise guy now. I really enjoyed the cruise. It was a lot of fun.
You
Being on the
strike
cruise
me
was
as a
cool.
cruise guy.
Like
Never
an
been on
actual
a cruise
ship?
before. Yeah, on a cruise ship. Didn't think I'd like it. Really did enjoy it. It was great. Great experience. And I got thinking about cruises in general and just how there's like different cruises for every flavor of human, right? And then I was thinking about when we travel to stuff together and how much fun that always is, in theory, if we ever do it. And although sometimes, like we went to Vegas, you know. And then I was thinking about our wheel and how much joy we all get out of the wheel. And I had this idea. What if we put a bunch of different cruises on a wheel and we spin it and we have to go on the cruise that it lands on? There's like heavy metal cruises like this one. There's a Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea. There's a cat enthusiast cruise.
I'm not opposed, but I just need to articulate. I just need to point out that literally last podcast, you said, don't book me for any trips. I don't want to travel anywhere.
Yep.
I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah. This is a year out at least. Yeah. This is most of these cruises have probably already happened this year. We're not doing it this year. This is far into the future. The future Geoff can worry about that. Current Geoff has no cruises on the horizon. There's a Star Trek cruise. How much fun would that be? There's a Flat Earther cruise. How much fun would that be?
Zero.
Kiss cruise.
Yeah, once again, you're not really
Zero.
selling me on these cruises.
Kesha has a cruise. Kesha's Weird and Wonderful Rainbow Ride.
5% fun.
Yeah,
Monsters
I
of
like
Rock.
Kesha.
Wouldn't all the people on a flat Earth cruise be scared of driving off the end of the Earth?
No, I think they would look at each other smugly and be like, we know where it ends.
Dude.
the ice wall.
I see a cruise that would be I could definitely see myself being miserable on. There's a fucking Impractical Jokers cruise. What a nightmare that would be.
Oh, Sal! Oh, baby! Sal, doing pranks on putting spaghetti on your head in the dining hall, going crazy. That's awesome. Oh, getting pranked.
How much fun would it be to spend like fucking 3 days in the sun in a pool with a bunch of dudes with white face paint on because they're all death metal guys, or a bunch of cat enthusiasts just talking about how much they love cats.
Zero. I don't want to spend any time with these people. What are you talking about?
That's why I think it makes great content.
What an amazing first cruise that'll be for
Do
me.
you think the flat Earth cruise just goes in a circle because they don't trust where the end is?
Yeah.
They just do donuts
leave
of the port.
and then yeah.
Oh, I don't want to be trapped with people.
I know that's
I definitely
that's the
don't want to be on a cruise. What? This is insane. You're crazy.
Yeah, and a cruise that for something that we definitely aren't into, you know?
Just a bunch of guys go, whoa,
Well,
you
even
guys
if you
going,
are into it.
You guys going to the concert tonight? The what? No.
But Slipknot's playing tonight.
Oh,
I like Kesha
shit.
a lot. I don't think my fandom of Kesha is enhanced in any way by it being a cruise.
No.
I don't know. I guess the joy is spending time with other Kesha enthusiasts.
So Kesha's not on the cruise.
I would assume she is at
She
some
has
point.
to be.
Yeah. Well, like I remember Ed talked to us about they did bare naked ladies cruises back in the day.
Huh.
When they were on the boat. They'd like play a show and stuff. But it doesn't have to be musicians either, you know? It could be a yarn enthusiast. It could be about like crocheting. A crochet
Can we
cruise.
just can we do this not on a boat? Can we go to some hotel that has beachfront whatever? Why do we have to be on a boat? Do we have to? I don't want to be.
Because
Well,
of your
that's
reaction to it.
Yeah. And that's the whole, because you're trapped.
You are trapped. That's definitely true. You can't leave and go to Red Robin.
Now there's no
in
escape.
an Uber. Yeah. Damn. Fuck. It's a
Super
very
trapped.
good point. That sucks. It's a very good point. That sucks.
Yeah. Just something to think about.
You can just never leave the room. If you never leave the room, it's no different than a hotel room.
Oh, that's true. You do get room service. I did have room service every morning for breakfast.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay, that's a no.
It was pretty good. There was some good food on that boat. It was
Was it
yeah.
like $70 a time?
No, it was all inclusive, so I don't have to pay for any of it.
Oh.
You go
you
fishing
pay
from a cruise ship?
pay out the dick on the front end. Can you do what now?
Fishing?
No,
Just
we could get a
stand
fishing
on your
cruise.
patio.
Get a fishing cruise.
Throw a line to get yourself lunch.
Why have I never seen someone fishing from their cruise ship?
I don't know, but we should fucking try.
I'm trying to think if there is a cruise that I genuinely would be excited to go on.
Anyway, it would have to be a 2026 thing, but I thought it'd be a fun way to have a group vacation that we turn into content.
What is the world's shortest cruise?
I think that's just called a boat.
It's called the BC Ferry. And I'm out of
The
Vancouver.
shortest cruises are typically 2 or 3 nights, which is what I would assume. We'd want to do 2 or 3 nights. The cruise I was just on was like 15 days. That's too much, but you guys would lose your fucking minds.
That's insane.
And you'd get really sick. You'd be like, oh, cool, the Parthenon. Oh, cool, the fucking Oracle of Delphi. Oh, cool, Santorini. It gets old fast. Oh, Ephesus, cool. Yeah.
Some people do like months, don't they?
There's some people that live year round on boats.
Yeah, wasn't
On
there
cruises.
wasn't there a cruise that was like 14 months or something? Like
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There's-
yeah.
there's like that.
Like
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
There's a permanent cruise.
Royal Caribbean's Ultimate World Cruise, which lasted 274 nights. It went from December 10th, 2023 to September 10th, 2024, because I think probably just in remembrance for like the next day.
Yeah, here you go. We can buy a villa for $140,000 on this one,
I mean,
and then we just
probably-
live on it year round.
probably
A
not
world cruise.
Probably don't
Yeah,
need
it
to do that.
stinks.
What do you do with your house if you're on a cruise for a year?
You sell it for the cruise. You're on the like this. You're buying that villa. You're on it for the rest of your life. It's a full-time cruise. You just travel the world every year.
I just don't want to be on a boat. Very
No,
much.
absolutely not. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not bad. I didn't mind it, but I was definitely happy when we got off. But I never got like seasick or anything. And there's swimming pools and hot tubs and lots of food.
I'd be, I think, most annoyed by the paperwork.
There's some paperwork. There's trivia every night. We always competed in trivia. That was fun.
Have you seen those videos of when the cruise ship lose power?
No.
No, but our cruise ship lost power.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 4 a.m. one day. And I guess we were coming in too hot and they had to cut the power and then they lost power for a little bit and the gyro went off and then
That's what I was gonna
the
say, yeah.
stabilizer thing and it got pretty fucking, for about 20 minutes there, it was pretty rocky. And I was like, maybe I am going to throw up, but then it was fine.
I didn't realize they need to be turned on to not get tossed around by the sea.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll put that on the board for down the road. Wheel of themed cruises.
Can we all
Great.
veto one thing on the wheel?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna veto.
yeah.
I'm gonna veto cruises.
I googled Black Eyed Peas cruise because that was like the most insufferable cruise I
Oh
could
my
think of.
God.
And the AI overview is the Black Eyed Peas have a music video called Forever where they are cruising around LA. The AI stinks.
That sucks. We should wrap this up. I don't want to go on a cruise, but we should wrap up this episode.
Oh, I got it. There's video game cruises. How fucking miserable would that be?
Oh, gotta do that.
Oh,
You just
or
want to
like-
be. You just want to be on a celebrity on one of these things, Geoff.
No, I do not. I'm not a celebrity anymore, dude. I'm fucking 6 generations past all these people. These
People who
motherfuckers
are going
know who
on
I
this
am.
cruise know who you are.
I don't think so. I don't think
They
anybody
do.
knows me
So
anymore.
we all get on a cruise ship and we play the Call of Duty thing, and we can't leave the ship until
Well, something to noodle on. I'm really looking forward to going on a cruise with y'all. I think it's going to be a bonding experience for us, and we're going to get a lot of fun Star Trek themed content if that's the cruise we end up on. But that'll be it for this episode, I guess. We should probably knock it off, and maybe some of us could go throw up for a little bit. Maybe not. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. We sure enjoyed talking at you, and we hope you enjoyed listening to us do that. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
bye.